So, coming to the gas insulated switchgear working principle. So, SF6 gas is having the more dielectric properties as compared to the air, and it is having the more insulation or quenching properties as compared to the air. So, coming to the working principle of gas insulated substation, it is based on the use of a dielectric gas such as SF6 to insulate electrical equipment. So, as an insulating material, SF6 has several advantages over other types of insulation, including excellent thermal and dielectric properties. JAS operates using a combination of vacuum and gas to keep the live parts isolated. So, whenever any operation is going on, so the main purpose of the gas separation, it combines the vacuum and gas so that it keep the live parts isolated while also providing reliability and low maintenance required. Why? Because it is having the very high insulation. Because of this high insulation property, it is requires only less maintenance as compared to the air insulated substation. So during arc flashing quenching process, the SF6 will usually decompose. However, the product of decomposition always reconstitute back to SF6, thereby allowing for the gas to work for a long time. So the property of this SF6 is such that it generally decomposes when arc quench occurs or any fault occurs or flashing occurs. So the product of decomposition always again reconstitute back to the SF6, which is a very good property of the SF6, which again allows them to work for a long time. This is the main property of the SF6 gas. So that's why SF6 gas has used as a fluid for gas insulated switchgear. So what are the advantages of gas insulated switchgear? So gas insulated switchgears are having the more advantages as compared to the air insulated substation. The main advantages are increased reliability. So the GAS switchgear, that is gas insulated switchgear, is less susceptible to environmental conditions such as moisture, dust, and salt air. Why? Because it is enclosed in a insulated vessel. So because of this enclosement, it may not offer or contact with the moisture, dust, and salt air. So because of this results in highly reliability, and that is a main advantage of gas insulated substation as compared to the reduced maintenance. Next one is more compact. So another advantage of gas insulated substation is size. So by eliminating the need for air insulation, the gas insulated substation can be many times smaller than air insulated switchgear. This makes it a good option for areas where space is limited or congested, such as indoor or urban settings. So generally, gas insulated substation is having very less space, or it requires only small space as compared to the air insulated substation. So because of this, it wherever we require the less space, or if the space is limited, or generally we see in urban areas the space is less, or installing the indoor substation the space is less, so their gas switch substation is preferred. Decreased RQ, because the components are enclosed in the modules, are causing occurrences such as entry or accumulation of conductive dust preventer. So are causing occurrences are less because of this enclosed module. This results in a decrease of arc flashes and an overall increase in safety. In addition, SF6 is itself an excellent arc quenching medium. Means, so because of this high dielectric property, it itself reduces the arc flashes. So that by reducing the arc flashes, it is act as an excellent arc quenching medium. That is the main advantage of SF6 gas. Next, sixth one is easy install. So we know that the gas sensor switchgear installation procedure is as simpler as that equipment comes pre-assembled. So this not only means that equipment that is easier to install, but also switchgear that can be installed in a shorter time frame. That is another advantage of using switchgear gas insulated substation. So next coming to the disadvantages of gas insulated switchgear. So though we have the advantages like more reliable, compact design and less maintenance required as compared to the air insulated substation, it is having the main disadvantage is high cost. So one of the biggest gas insulated switchgear disadvantages is having its cost. The initial investment is typically much higher than other types of switchgears. However, the minimal maintenance requirement can offset that is in the long run. Means when we compare with the other switchgear substations, the initial investment for installing the gas into switchgear is very much larger or higher as compared to the remaining substation. So, because of this, it leads to the higher cost. The major second disadvantage is longer outages. So, so we know that when a gas into switchgear suffers an internal fault, a repair works can take longer due to its sealed condition. Why? Because all the equipment that is installed in gas into substations are sealed. So it is difficult to know where the fault occurs, and the fault repair is also very difficult. Why? Because it is in sealed condition. So first we have to open the enclosure condition and we have to check the each equipment separate. So the main disadvantage of using gas insulated substation as compared to the remaining substations are longer outages. So it mainly suffers any internal fault occurs inside the substation or a repair works inside the substation. Then this requires a longer duration or longer period to overcome the problem. This is the main disadvantages of gas insulated substations as compared to the remaining substations.